It was a normal, sunny day in Beechmont, a little town just off the coast. It only covered about 2 square miles and had one street, but it had its service providers within the community working together to ensure the town was running smoothly. This day was just like any other day. The policemen were out directing traffic, the banks were managing the citizens' money, the law maintenance caretaker was making his rounds cutting grass in neighborhoods, and the fire station was quietly awaiting for a call. The law maintenance caretaker's first lawn of the day was Mr. Clayton's. Mr. Clayton was one of his favorite customers because he always cooked breakfast for the two of them to enjoy after he had cut the lawn into tip-top shape. However, Mr. Clayton was cooking breakfast when he received a phone call that he was needed at the office immediately. So he got dressed and took off in a hurry, forgetting to turn off the stove. Suddenly, the law maintenance caretaker noticed smoke in the air and wondered where it was coming from. It was not long before he looked up and saw that it was coming from Mr. Clayton's house. The flames were getting bigger and hotter by the second, so he began shouting to the police officer to stop traffic while he called 911. On the other end of the line was the fire station. As soon as they gathered the address, the alarm began to beep and the firemen slid down the pole as quickly as they could. They put on their thick suits, red fire hats, durable boots, and hopped into the truck. Then the door to the station opened, the sirens began wailing, and they sped off. When they arrived at the scene, they jumped out of the truck and pulled out their long hoses with all their might. They pointed them at the fire to get the flames out, and before they knew it, their job was done. When Mr. Clayton came home and heard the news, he was so thankful that his home was safe. However, he wondered who had been so kind as to call the fire department. After he had time to process the news, he walked over to the fireman and asked who had called. The fireman replied, "The nice lawn maintenance caretaker who was mowing your lawn." He even asked the police officer to stop the traffic for us to come in safely. After hearing this, Mr. Clayton ran across the street to thank him and give him an extra tip for saving his house. After a long day of work mowing lawns, the lawn maintenance caretaker was ready to take his hard-earned money to the banks, and so he decided to stop on the way home. When he walked in, he waited in line to speak with the teller. After 3 long minutes, she finally called his name. She was very helpful in assisting him. She took his money and put it in his checking account, where he knew it would be safe. At the end of a long day, there was not a noise to be heard or a sight to be seen other than the streetlights. All the service providers were able to go home and go to sleep, knowing that they worked together all day to keep the town of Beechmont safe, clean, and running smoothly.